call this town board meeting to order for November 10th. Please stand for pledge allegiance at 7 p.m. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we'll start with reports. Highway. Nick's not here. Water department.
New flow meters installed on pump one. The new pump and motor for Darrell Road should be in next week. I know ship date into the vendor was for Friday, so expecting to get it this night, Monday or Tuesday. Outside of that, not much else going on. Little routine maintenance. Might have to do a little changing of piping on both pumps, wells 1 and 2 up there for those flow meters. Because every year or 2 years, we should take them out and give them a bath, clean all the iron and everything out of them so they keep functioning right. But you have to do a little changing of the piping and that, so it's a little easier to get out instead of spending a couple hours there taking half the well house apart in order to get one in and out.
Not like for like.
Pardon?
Not like for like, just.
Oh, yeah, the meters, they fit and everything else, but the same length, but a lot of the stuff was put together. It was just started at one end and kept on building the rest of the way, and when you go to take it apart, it does not want to come apart too easily without, you know. We tore apart quite a bit of the pumps and valves the other day just to get this one meter out and then back in and try to get it in so the gaskets aren't pinching and everything else.
All right. Thanks, George. Doug, any questions for George?
No, thank you.
Joe?
No, thanks, George.
Mr. Esposito?
No, thank you,
Mr. Myers?
Thank you, George.
Thank you, sir. Code enforcement. So Nick is not here. Bob, you got any updates on?
Other than he was out tying up loose ends within town yesterday. He was doing inspections and following up on, like I said, loose ends, as of yesterday.
How about Solar City?
Other than what may have just come in recently, he was caught up, so. Within the last week or so, if there's,
Here's his mail,
okay, I told him there was mail for him, and he
so
was,
he's not caught up.
okay.
November 1st, September 4th. Solar Cities are all these.
All right, we'll get on.
Well, you said they were caught up.
Well, when I talked to him the other day, he said he was caught up as far as, other than what he knew. He didn't know what mail was here for a
For
week.
2 months.
I'm just going by what he told me, Mike.
No, you gonna pass it down to him?
Yes, we will.
So as you know, Mr. Kennison called, and I gave him your number, I think.
Okay.
There's a time limit that's gonna expire on their credits for solar. Time, like probably the rest of those applicants, their time's running.
Okay. We'll see that he gets on
Any other updates for code enforcement?
No. Not to my knowledge.
No report on justice. I'll I'll make a note for myself to get an update on the revenues for August, September, and October, and November. Dog control officer, Darla sent a note in. I regret though being unable to attend the November 10th town board meeting due to an impromptu Florida vacation with her dad. I remain available by phone and email and refer all emergencies to a backup I have for such occasions. I'd like to report that the Schenectady County Rabies Clinic was again a success. Approximately 250 vaccines were administered by Dr. Michelle Singer and Gina Kazmarak, LVT of the Glenville Veterinary Clinic over the course of just 2 short hours. Thank you to all who attended and waited patiently, including Councilman Joe Drzezinski and his faithful friend Banjo. Schenectady County anticipates offering the quarterly clinics again in 2016. The schedule will be published in late winter 2016. Any questions for dog control? All right. Privileges of the floor. I'll open up privileges of the floor at 7:06. At every regularly scheduled town board meeting, the public shall have the right to address the town board during the portion of the meeting referred to as privilege of the floor, which shall take place after reports of the town departments and the supervisor. Members of the public wishing to speak during the privilege of the floor may sign a sheet before the commencement of the town board meeting indicating his or her name, address, and proposed topic. Signing the sheet will dictate the order in which persons are recognized to speak and will assure the town clerk has the correct spelling of their names and addresses for the minutes. Members of the public are to restrict their comments to items of town business and are to observe proper decorum while addressing the town board. Persons who become unruly, use inappropriate language, or persist in speaking on items not related to town business may be ruled out of order. Although there is no official time constraint and speakers may address one or more items in their comments, they should be considerate of others and try to limit the remarks to no more than 5 minutes so that all interested members of the public will have an opportunity to be heard. The town board requests that any and all side conversations take place outside the town council meeting during the meeting. Any outbursts and general disruptions of the town board meeting will be ruled out of order and asked to leave the meeting. Again, I'll open it up. Privileges of the floor.
Go ahead. Hi, my name is Natalie Woods, and I am with Aerosmith Development, and I'm looking for guidance on how to, from someone here or someone in the municipality. We represent AT&T, and I've been trying to get some guidance on what to do with modifying the building permit that we have. It was issued in 2013. We're going to expand the ground space at that location, 490 Bonneview Lane. And I'm just looking for someone to speak with about the guidance of what the town needs in order for us to do that.
Okay.
I've been unsuccessful in reaching the building inspector. I need to report to the client.
I'm absolutely sensitive to your situation.
Is there someone I can speak with about how to be compliant and what we need to do to address our expansion?
I'm gonna leave that up to Mr. Myers to answer.
I can talk with you either after the meeting, or you can give me a call anytime. I'll reach out to the code enforcement, and he can definitely follow up with what you want to renew your permit, correct?
Well, either we need to renew it, or we need to get a new permit because of what we're doing with the ground space. And that's the guidance that we need, and what the fees might be,
Okay.
and what we need to do.
Before you leave, if I can get either your number or you get my number, then we can follow up with the building inspector and we can get that taken care of.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So you have an existing permit or a
We
special use
do.
permit?
Well, it's existing. It was issued in 2013. I believe it was only good through 2014. So we most likely will need to get a new permit if this one has not been closed out. Thank you.
All right, thanks. If you can leave your business card, that'd be cool.
I will.
Thanks. Additional comments?
In answer to that, actually, code enforcement did call me to talk to me about your application, so I know, you talked to him, right?
No, I have not.
Okay, then that must be a different issue.
Okay.
On transfer of funds, on page 5, you'll see contingency $6,600 plus to planning board attorneys, reason Attorney Baker. I'm assuming the reason is under budgeted. Having said that, I have not, as chair of the planning board, signed anything for Attorney Baker up till now. It's been a very quiet year. If Attorney Baker is being used for other services, then it should not be applied to planning board. So I would ask that you, as a board, not pass that because something is awry. At the last meeting, I think it was $1,300 that was put into, from contingency into planning board attorney. And again, I questioned that. So, and I haven't approved anything. No one's given me anything to sign. So I request that the board not approve that until you look into what these fees actually are.
So we put together
Thank
a
you.
policy that you're supposed to bill at the close of every meeting. I came to the planning board in January and asked if this process was being followed so we could be followed and billed accordingly every month. We have not received one bill.
Doesn't answer the question. The question is, it's way over. And it shouldn't be, and it's been quiet. It has nothing to do with your policy. Really.
Additional comments? Additional comments going once? Additional comments going twice? We'll close privileges of the floor at 7:13. Town council. Mr. Gray.
I have no problems.
Mr. Jazinski.
I have something, but I'll wait for the second one.
Hey, Bob, can you pass the? Mr. Esposito.
Yes, the state police building, we had a problem over there with the electrical in it. Our electrical contractor that was handling all of our work in the town hall and the state police building has decided to take a job as a project coordinator for some company and is not going to be doing the electrical work as such anymore. He recommended Clune, who he had done work for in the past. They had worked together, and I had to call them instead. Apparently they were blowing fuses over there. We thought it was their generator, which the state provided. It's their backup generator. They came in and checked it out, but seems that that was okay. The electricians that came in looked over the whole building, they couldn't find anything wrong. And apparently the problem rectified itself. I don't think it did, but they're gonna keep an eye on it. And so now we'll probably be using Clune Construction they're clean electrical contractors. I understand they do all of the work for Glenville. So that's what's going on with them. You asked for the last meeting, the installation of the gutters. You didn't have their address on here and their warranty. I do have it right here. I think we should go with them. And before it gets much later in the year, they're complaining over there that they want the gutters up. They were the lowest bidder. It was seamless gutter. They're going to install the heating cables at no cost. That's all we have to do is provide them. And here's their final bid on it, with a 5-year warranty, and I didn't have a chance to make copies of it, but I think we should go with them and get this done before the end of the year, before it gets too cold out. They're gonna be shutting down. He doesn't do work from December on. For whatever reason, they take a few months off in the winter, and he'd like to, if we're gonna use them, we have to do it within the next 2 or 3 weeks. So I think that we should go with them and get this done before the end of the year. Other than that, the lawnmowers are repaired. I had both of them repaired. One for George over here that's been down for years. Turnpike took care of that one. Billed the water department for it, and we had ours repaired. They replaced some bearings in it, replaced the belt, serviced it for next year, changed the oil, so it's set to go, and they're back. And Perry Bull, who takes care of the yard, did the final cutting on it, so we're all set with that until next spring. Other than that, got nothing else to report. The front door is broke. I'm gonna be looking into getting automatic door openers for it. Handicapped, so that I think we can get a grant for that. So that's gonna be probably within the next few months to take care of that too. Other than that, there's nothing else.
Any questions for Mr. Esposito? Mr. Myers?
Still, other than the fact I didn't receive an agenda till just tonight, a little bit disturbing, but if we could, if I remember correctly, you said we need to have a resignation letter from our code enforcement in order to do interviews. And if that's so, I'd like to see about getting that, and we're gonna have to do interviews sooner or later. So,
Now, last week you said it twice now that you've already been interviewing.
no, haven't done any interviews yet. No, that would be board action. Other than that, I had nothing else at this point.
Okay, no actions for myself. Moving to business, minutes approval. So a motion that the minutes for the October 13th town board meeting, the October 29th special town board meeting, and the November 5th budget public meeting are approved. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
We didn't have a meeting on the 13th, or the 29th, I mean, right? You canceled that one.
No, we opened and closed it, so I'll second it. Mr. Esposito,
No.
Mr. Gray,
No.
Mr. Jazinski,
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Opposed except for the November 5th meeting.
So is that a yes or a no?
I'm opposed if we're doing it.
So no?
together. Correct.
All right, and Joyce is yes. Resolution's failed. All right, town, December 2015 town board meeting. Where is the capture related billing invoices possible in December before the holiday breaks, and whereas the town board of the town of Princetown wishes to review a transition financial review with 2015 budget to date. Be further resolved that the town board for the town of Princetown hereby reschedules the town board meeting, December town board meeting from the current Tuesday, December 8th to December 15th at 7 p.m. at Town Hall. Be it also resolved that the town clerk, Sandy Fortune, published the new dates as required by New York State law.
Do we have a reason why we're changing
So we can capture maybe the latest invoices before we close the year. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Second?
it? Second.
Mr. Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Gray?
Yes.
Mr. Jazinski?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Joyce, yes. Resolution passed. A little, I'm not sure if he showed up or not. Welcome to Princetown Sindoni Sausage. Whereas the Vito A. Sindoni and Son Packing Company is a small family business with a long tradition of producing top quality sausage and other meat products in Schenectady County for about a half a century, and whereas Sindoni sausage is carried in many of the best supermarkets and other retail establishments in the Capital District and is used by many restaurants in the area, and the popularity of Sindoni sausage has required that the business seek larger quarters and has chosen to relocate to the town of Princetown. And whereas the town board of the town of Princetown wishes to extend a warm welcome to the Sindoni sausage family to the town of Princetown, New York, and whereas the town board of the town of Princetown wishes to formally acknowledge the grand opening of the new Sindoni sausage facility located at intersection of Settle Hill Road and Commerce Road, Princetown, New York, 12009, on Friday, November 13th, 2015, between the hours of 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. The town of Princetown formally encourages all our residents to visit and support our new business enterprise. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the town board of the town of Princetown hereby declares Friday, November 13th, 2015 is Sindoni Sausage Day here in the town of Princetown, and wishes the firm the best of luck in its new location. So for the board, we're making up a, I guess we call it a plaque, but put the resolution inside a picture frame and give it to the Sindoni family. Do I have a motion?
Is that Sausage Day, just for this year?
So it says, yeah.
I'll make the motion.
Second? I'll second. Mr. Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Gray?
Yes.
Mr. Joe?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Joyce is a yes. General funds claim. The motion is hereby resolved, the town board approves claims 231 to claims 252 in the amount of $20,105.61. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Where'd you go now?
Stick that next page in between.
What about the budget?
Oh, I did, sorry. Well, let me finish this one since we've already started. My mistake. Mr. Esposito?
Wait, we didn't have a second.
All right, so Joe made the initial?
Yes.
I'll second. This is for the claims budget.
I haven't
That's
finished
correct.
reviewing them yet.
Okay. Adoption of the 2016 budget. We'll come back to that other resolution. Whereas the 2016 preliminary budget of the town of Princetown was filed with the town clerk on November 5th, 2015. And whereas the town board of the town of Princetown duly held a public hearing on the 2016 preliminary budget, including general fund, water fund, highway fund, Platterkill, Pattersonville, Pine Grove, and Dwaynesburg fire districts, along with the 2016 water and sewer assessment rolls approved by the town board and filed with the town clerk.
and heard all persons desiring to be heard on the matter. And whereas no amendments to the 2016 preliminary budget were offered by the supervisor or the town board after the public hearing on November 5th, 2015. And whereas the town board adopted the 2016 preliminary budget at the town board meeting on November 5th, 2015. Now therefore be resolved that the 2016 preliminary budget as presented is hereby adopted and established as the 2016 final adopted budget for the town of Princetown for the fiscal year commencing on January 1st, 2016. And be it further resolved that the 2016 final adopted budget shall be spread upon the minutes of this town board meeting in its entirety, and the town clerk shall be prepared and certified as provided by law. Duplicates of the said 2016 final adopted budget are hereby adopted and delivered, one of such copies to the supervisor in the town and one copy to the county legislature of the county of Schenectady as required by law. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Second? I'll second. Mr. Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Gray?
Yes.
Mr. Jazinski?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Joyce is a yes. Wanna wait? You keep going. No, keep going.
Still reviewing, I got some questions here on some of these.
Well, it's all transferred, that's this.
I see Rose Marcus went to a training thing, is that putting over budget? Yes, no?
I don't know.
We can do the water transfers. if you like.
Water claims. It's hereby resolved that the town board approves claim 109 to claim 125 in the amount of $10,989.92. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Second.
Mr. Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Gray?
Yes.
Mr. Jazinski?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Mr. Joyce is a yes. Order fund transfers. Do we have a motion the town board approves the following transfer from the contingency fund 19904, the amount of $642.90 to administration expenses 83104, reason under budgeted. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Second?
Second.
Mr. Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Gray?
Yes.
Mr. Jazinski?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Joyce is a yes.
You waiting for me?
Mm-hmm.
I noticed over here that the judge has an awful lot of mileage over here, and there's he said he did an illegal fund transfer from the town to pay my phone bill. What's that all about?
Illegal?
That's what it says.
I did not.
Oh, I did not do an illegal fund transfer. What's with all the mileage he seems to accumulate day after day?
I don't know, you should probably call him and ask him.
I don't know if he was here to give a report, if we could.
So what's the $6,626 for the attorney Baker? That's his fee for the whole year, or for how long?
It's not his fee for the year.
Does anybody else want to review this? I'm just questioning all the mileage over here that our judge uses to go to the bank and to post office all the time. Want to look at it?
I already
Everybody?
looked at it before.
You
That was
did?
the first one.
You want to see anything back?
I'm all set.
All right.
Ready?
You asked if you,
So, we have a motion that the town board approves claims 231 to claims 252 in the amount of $20,105.51. Do we have a motion?
I already made it, I'll make it again.
I'll second. Mr. Esposito.
I have my reservations about that, those expenditures, but I guess we're gonna have to approve it, so yes.
Mr. Gray.
Yes.
Mr. Jazinski.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Joyce is a yes. Resolution passed. General fund transfers. Do I have a motion, it's hereby resolved, the town board approves the following transfers. From the contingency fund for $1,614.85 to justice supplies 1104 under budgeted, and then from contingency fund 19904 in the amount of $6,626.65 to the planning board attorney 80254, Attorney Baker.
I'd like to make a recommendation, we table this. There's a question about both of them. Both
Okay.
transfers.
Resolution is tabled. All right, yeah. So, Bob, you making a motion to
I'll
table?
make that motion to table the transfer, yes.
Second.
All right, Mr. Esposito, motion to table.
Yes.
Mr. Gray,
Yes.
Mr. Jazinski,
Sure. Yes.
Mr. Myers,
Yes.
and I'll vote no. All right. This brings us to privileges of the floor. Same rules apply. I'll open up privileges at 7:35.
Mark Blessing, south end of Princetown, 1178 Gifford Church Road. I'd just like to know where this fire district, Rotterdam, South Schenectady is. I'm a little confused. It was also in the budget meeting. I really haven't, in my lifetime, I haven't seen it yet. I'd like to know where it is. No answer?
Rotterdam, South Schenectady, Pine Grove, that's the question?
You heard it?
So, South Schenectady, Pine Grove.
Yeah, where is it?
Where is it?
Yeah.
What do you mean, where is it? Where's the building?
What's the location of it in Princetown? Or where is it in New York State?
I'm confused by your question, sir.
Pretty simple.
Well, maybe one of the town board members can help me.
I'm not sure, but I think what he's referring to is it's referred to Pine Grove, and it's not Rotterdam and South Schenectady. It's Pine Grove Fire Department.
Rotterdam Fire District 5. Princetown and Gilderland. And have nothing to do with South Schenectady.
I will bring that note to the bookkeeper.
Pine Grove is the men's organization primarily.
Okay, thank you. Additional comments?
Mike, I have a question. Lisa Craney, Dwaynesburg Road. In looking over what was just passed, on the expenses for the justice, why is he charging for mileage to go to the post office when we have a mailman that picks up and drops off mail?
Cash?
Cash for what? Cash to go to the post office? I can't imagine why.
Apparently, the board's looking into it. I'll give you an answer.
Like soon?
Probably the next meeting.
Paul Hasbrook, Gifford Church Road. Your budget is showing $413,234 in general fund total revenues to be collected in 2016. And total appropriations are $632,724 against those revenues. And you're showing an appropriated fund balance of $219,490 to balance that budget. I'm curious as to how much money's in the fund balance right now. There's no supervisor's report, hasn't been one in a long time, usually done on a monthly basis. I don't see it here for the public.
So again, this is the, I don't want to say moving target.
Moving target?
It changes.
I'm asking what it is,
Right.
right now.
Revenue to date is 328, 638.
No.
Additional comments?
No answer?
I think I just gave it to you.
No, you gave me revenue. What is the fund balance? Money in the accounts?
Right.
How much is left right now? Have you got 200 and,
So revenues of 304 minus expenditures of 282. Again, not all the bills are in, nor is all the revenues in. So right now, we're looking at a fund balance of 21,000.
21,000?
Right.
Okay.
That's this year.
That's this year, that's what he's asking.
No, I think he's talking about total fund.
Total fund balance. How much money is in our bank accounts for the town of Princetown as of right now?
So, on the balance sheet. Usually, when we're spending the entire fund balance. So, here's somewhere. So. Total fund balance, yes. That's a appropriate fund balance.
Fund balance, not that big.
Isn't that that bottom number, 53,959? On the bottom of the page.
Cash fund balance is back there. But that's, that'll be the closest number. Let's see, total that's. That's not. It was appropriate for a particular year. So, but all of the balance of your accounts is that number.
So the total assets is 1,086,421. I'm showing what I think is the fund balance, again, is 256,923. We got a cash, Fund A, savings account, and cash and time deposits of 390,231.64.
Thank you.
Additional questions or comments? Fund sheet. All right, final privileges of the floor going once. Final privileges of the floor going twice. Actually, a comment on the supervisor's report. I'm pretty sure they're posted to the website every week, every month.
No, last one was August.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What an answer.
All right, privileges of the floor going third and final time. We close privileges of the floor at 7:45. Councilman concerns. Mr. Gray,
I have none.
Mr. Joe.
I feel it's my duty to make known what I witnessed at the public hearing of November 5th, last Thursday. The regional manager for Solar City reported that turnaround time on obtaining building permits in the town of Princetown is 47 days. And he asked if there was not a way to work together with this town board to make the process more timely. The matter was referred to Mr. Myers, and he told the Solar City man that the permits were complete. This was not true. It's one thing to stretch the truth during a political campaign, but it is not right that a man representing the town board lies to get out of a difficult situation. This
Okay,
is my
I didn't lie.
concern, and I report that to the town.
You can report whatever you want, but I didn't lie. I'm a man of my word. I had talked to Nick. I was telling them what I received from Nick.
That's another lie.
No, that is not, that is the truth. So,
Anyway,
you've been lying right along, so continue to lie, and I'm a man of my word, so.
that's all I have.
Mr. Esposito.
Well, I've known Bob Gray, or Bob Myers for a long time now, and I've never known him to lie about anything. And he is a man of his word. That's all I have to say about that.
Mr. Myers.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, I thought you said you were all done.
The gutters on the state police, I'd like to get going on this. Is it okay with the board to do this? They have to be done.
I'll make a motion. Go
Okay.
ahead.
We have the scope of work. So, according to the contract, you want covers on the gutters.
I probably, I may not do that at this time. I'm thinking to myself that he quoted that with covers. I'm thinking I may not do that, but that's the quote. I don't know if we actually need covers on it yet.
What do you mean, you are not gonna go?
I'm in charge of the maintenance for the building.
Oh, I thought it was the board action.
The resolution is that we use them. Is there a motion to,
Well, the question really is the contract is pretty specific. It says covers. So I mean, if you got a waiver, so there's no violation of the contract, then that's spectacular, great. But what I'm suggesting here is that it sounds like, you know, your quote is not, again, accurate. But, I mean, you know contracts are a contract. But if the board wants to move forward with it, that's up to you. Does he have insurance? And
yes, he does.
he's proved it, workers' comp, I guess.
Yes.
You got copies in the files?
No, but I'll get them for you, just as I did with the roofing contractor.
So, could we make a resolution pending proof of insurance, proof of waiver on the gutter caps? To say please waive waive the requirement? Then I'm fine with it.
State police didn't even want them.
It's in the contract, wasn't
What's the basis for change?
there's no trees around there to meet the caps on it. That's to stop the leaf from there. When we took the gutters down there, when they did the roofing, put the new roof on, there was nothing in the gutters. Other than the wear from the old roof.
There's no trees around the gutters in my house. And I get finding them blowing in there all the time. So I don't think that's a good reason.
What's your opinion?
Yes, it is.
Install new cutters with caps to prevent leaves and debris from clogging. Again, Lou, if you can get a waiver on it, and we can write the resolution saying once the waiver is accepted, and they're willing to do that, and you've shown proof of insurance for the contractor, I'm fine with it. Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
All right. Do I have a motion, the town board of town of Princetown hereby awards the contract for seamless gutters for the state police barracks to A+ Seamless Gutters at a total cost not to exceed $22,350.
2,200. You said 22,000.
So, $2,350, including the installation of heating cables, subject to submission of proof of liability and workman's compensation insurance, and a statement from New York State Police that gutter caps are not required. If gutter caps are required at a later date, a separate quote will be required. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Second.
Mr. Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Gray?
Yes.
Mr. Drzinski?
Opposed.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
And Joyce is a yes. Motion passed. And with that, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is adjourned at 7:54.